Hello friends. Today I have a rather complicated story for you. My girlfriend cheated on me at a party, and that's how I found out about it. Sometimes life presents unexpected turns, and trust collapses where you don't expect it at all. In this video, I will share my personal story about how everything happened, how I found out the truth, and how it changed my perception of relationships. If you're interested in hearing this story and finding out how I handled the betrayal, stay with me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss other similar videos, and be sure to click on the bell. Hi, my name is Michael, and I'm 28 years old. I never would have thought that I would find myself in such a situation, but here I am, telling my story about how I found out that my girlfriend cheated on me at a party. This is not just a story about betrayal, it is a story about how trust can be destroyed in a moment, and how important it is to listen to your heart and pay attention to small details that may seem insignificant. So make yourself comfortable. It's going to be a long and emotional trip. I've been dating Emily for about 2 years. We met at work when she first joined our company. She was 3 years younger than me and immediately attracted my attention with her charm and ease of communication. We quickly became close, and soon our relationship grew from friendship into something more. Emily was bright, energetic, and always the center of attention at any event, which is what I liked about her. We got along great, and it seemed like we had a perfect relationship. But as often happens, behind the facade of the perfect picture there were problems that I did not immediately notice. Emily loved parties and hangouts, which couldn't be said about me. I preferred to spend time in a more relaxed atmosphere, dinner together, evening walks, or a movie at home. Emily often persuaded me to go to her friends' parties with her, and although I wasn't always thrilled with the idea, I tried to support her interests. We often quarreled on this ground, but I never thought that it could lead to anything more than just a misunderstanding. That was before the party that turned my life around. It was an ordinary Saturday night. Emily was invited to one of her friend's birthday party and, as usual, she tried to persuade me to go with her. I refused because I was already tired after a hard week at work and just wanted to relax at home. She didn't seem offended, but it seemed to me that she expected a different answer. Nevertheless, she decided to go alone, which in principle was not unusual for us. She often went to parties without me, and I always trusted her. Moreover, she was with friends I knew, and I had no reason to worry. After Emily left, I settled down on the couch, turned on my favorite TV show, and tried to relax. But after a couple of hours, I started to feel strangely uneasy. It was an incomprehensible feeling, as if something was wrong. I thought I was just overstressed and tired, but the more I thought about it, the stronger the feeling became. I picked up my phone and decided to text Emily to find out how the party was going. Her response was the usual, "It's fine, I'll be back late, don't wait." It seemed to calm me down, but something was bothering me anyway. Time passed and I fell asleep on the couch. I woke up around 3 a.m. to the fact that Emily hadn't returned yet. It was strange, because she usually returned home no later than midnight, even if the party was in full swing. I started calling her, but her phone was unavailable. Then I decided to write to her friend Sarah, with whom she was at the party. Sarah replied that she had not seen Emily for several hours and that she had left with someone else. It immediately alerted me. Who is this someone? About an hour later, Emily returned home. She was a little tipsy, which didn't surprise me, but she looked very strange. She seemed to be smiling, but her eyes avoided my gaze. I asked how the party went, and she said, smiling, that everything was fun. But her answers were somehow short, as if she didn't want to go into details. I felt that something was wrong, but I didn't push it. Moreover, she was drunk, and I decided that it would be better to discuss everything the next day, when she sobered up. However, things got even more suspicious the next morning. Emily was unusually quiet and tried to avoid talking about the party. I decided not to be silent anymore and asked her directly what happened at the party. "You were acting weird yesterday." She immediately tensed up and said that nothing special had happened, she was just tired and had a few drinks. But it didn't convince me. I sensed that she was hiding something. A few days have passed, and our communication has become strained. Emily was leaving the house more and more often in the evenings, referring to meetings with her friends, but I couldn't get rid of the feeling that something was wrong. So one day, when she left again, I decided to check her phone. It wasn't in my rules, I always trusted her, but this time I felt I had to find out the truth. And the truth turned out to be terrible. In her phone, I found a conversation with a guy I didn't know. They were discussing that very party, and it became clear from their messages that they had spent the night together. My heart skipped a beat. I read these messages over and over again, not believing my eyes. She told him it was a mistake, but that she didn't regret it because she felt good. I couldn't believe this was happening to me. When Emily returned home, I was waiting for her with the phone in my hands. I showed her the correspondence and asked what is it. She was confused at first and then tried to deny everything, but I already knew the truth. We've been fighting for hours. She admitted that she met this guy at the party, whom she had known for a long time, and that everything happened while intoxicated. But that didn't excuse me. She betrayed me, and I couldn't forgive her. The next day, I packed up my things and left. It was the end of our relationship. It hurt and hurt me, but I knew I couldn't live with a man who betrayed me so easily. Now, a few months later, I realized that this was an important lesson for me. I've learned not to turn a blind eye to the obvious and to trust my feelings. If it seems to you that something is wrong, most likely it is. And the main thing is to always be honest with yourself and with your partner. Thank you for listening to my story. If you have encountered similar situations or have something to tell us, share it in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss new stories.